Luke, many congratulations. Is this the perfect Christmas present?
Yeah, I mean, you know, last year I only had to play 2 games to get to Christmas, to get in the 3rd round. You know, this year I had to play 3 games. And it just, like everyone says, it makes Christmas better. You know, it's nice to celebrate, still being in the competition, and, you know, even though it is Christmas, you know, the next 3 days it will be just practice, and because we can celebrate Christmas once this tournament's over.
Very tough game as well. Nico's given you a real examination there, hasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he's so steady. His throw is lovely, you know. I think it was very tough to see him miss a treble. I think 3 darts, every time he had 3 darts, it was a treble, 1 throw. It was 140 ton or 137, you know. So it's the thing that surprised me is he don't play development tour. You know, you don't play development tour. You get on the development tour, Nico. You know, because if you play like that, you do the things I've done and won it. And it's a big surprise he never plays on the World Youth Championships as well, because he'd have been a huge player. But I think is he 22? I think he's still got a couple of years. So get on that development tour, Nico, because he is a fantastic player.
Like you said there, were you surprised he could hit the levels that he hit, bearing in mind he doesn't play top level darts consistently?
Yeah, I mean, it's like me last year, you know. I think I was sort of that person that was an underdog and kept winning every game and brought myself attention. And it's the same with Nico this year, you know. He sort of won a couple of good games there. He beat some good players, James Wilson, a great player, and Joe Cullen. So if it weren't for that double one in the 5th set, you know, he could have been sitting here right now and celebrating a win and with a tasty tie with Kim. So I think he's got a lot to give in this game, and I hope he goes to Q School, because he could be a top player in the Pro Tour.
You touched on there the 5th set, arguably the biggest double one you've ever hit and the biggest outpouring of emotion. What you could see what it meant to you, and you've got the heart, the desire, and the willing to fight up there. Yeah,
I mean, it is probably the biggest outpour I've ever given any double I've ever hit, and the biggest double one I've ever hit. So, but you know, once I had that double one, I thought, you know, you got to show him how much that meant. You know, make sure he realises that was a big double. And in the 6th set, which I don't think he played as well in. I think that probably brought his average down. I don't know what the averages were, but I think he was playing fantastic. His average would have been up there. But that 6th set, we both didn't play very well. But I know it hurt him, that double one. And like all the best professionals do, you make sure the opponent knows what a big double like that means to you.
After the year you've had, after everything you've gone through, is this now the strongest version of Luke Humphries we've seen?
Yeah, I think you can tell. I think the doubles, the crucial doubles I'm taking out, the big finishes I'm taking out, it shows that, you know, a person with anxiety could struggle with taking crucial finishes out because it's pressure. But I don't feel the pressure anymore. You know, since I've learned to control my anxiety, I think I'm becoming a better player, and if my trebles I can find them better than I am, because it surprised me sometimes my first treble 20 just ain't in there. If I find that first treble 20, I believe I can get to the final, and that is 100% true. You know, if I can start finding that first treble 20, my finishing is too good not to get to the final.
Kim Hybrex up next for a place in the quarter-final. Huge opportunity for you both.
Yeah, huge opportunity for us both. You know, not just for me. Kim's on the resurgence. You know, he's played just like me. You know, he's had some tough games, but he's played just as good as I have. And it's a great opportunity for us both. You know, we're both unseeded. Could have been, I don't know what the best seeds could have been. Probably Joe Cullen and Rob Cross, I think, would have been the seeds. And we've defied the odds of getting to the last 16. So it's going to be a tough game, but I know that if I play my best, I feel I can come through the game. But Kim will feel the same as well.
Luke, pleasure as always, mate. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Just to ask you one question so that you're looking at us. Can you sum up how Nico's game went and how you feel about it?
Yeah, I think he's an absolutely incredible player. I really do. I'm not just saying that. You know, I think he's got a lovely throw, and he was super steady. You know, he was very rarely in the 5s and the 1s. I think he hit a lot of treble 20s. It maybe not as what do you call it? You know, a heavy scorer, 180s, 140s. But if he didn't hit 140, it was at least a ton. So, and that puts everyone under pressure. You know, because if I'm hitting 60 and he's gone ton, that means I need to hit a 140 to just match him. So I think he's got a huge future ahead of him. And if I give him any advice, just go to Q School in the PDC, because he'll get far playing like that. Trust me.
It was pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very close game. I think the 5th set was the crucial part in the game. I think if I missed that double one in the last start, you know, it could have been him sitting here and chatting. But if I would have gone 3-2 down, you know, I wouldn't have given up. I would have put everything into the game to make sure I come through the winner. But you know, it was. I mean, I've had 3 really tough games. So as much as Jermaine Watmini game went to the wire, that was probably the hardest game I've played so far.
So he's got a good future.
I think he's got a good future, you know, but he has to sort of go about it and do something about it. You know, I think I've heard he plays soft tip or some soft tip darts, but he's going to have to go to Q school in the European and show his worth. You know, we all know how tough that is. There's no guarantees getting through Q school, but if he gets himself on the pro tour, you know, he can do good things. You know, he's only young. He's younger than me, so he's 22. But if if that don't go to plan, get himself on the development tour and the challenge tour. If it don't go to plan, because I mean, if you're going to play like that, you're going to do some damage, and you'll find your way on the tour one day. Trust me.
Luke, just one or two from me. Do you think that World Youth Championship picture really gave you the confidence coming into this tournament to play like you did there?
Yeah, I think, you know what I mean, I've had a few struggles since I've played on the TV. You know, before the World Youth Championship final, when I played Michael in the Players Championship, that was the last game I played on TV since the Premier League or the UK Open. So it's a long gap, and I had that sort of problem with James Wade when I struggled I come out of that anxiety. That was in April, so that was the next game I played on TV. So it was always a little worry, you know, how am I going to cope on the TV stage again? But you know, I proved that once you battle it and fight it, you know, I think I've come out the better end, and I think I'm playing better than I was last year. You know, maybe haven't got the results or the great scoring like I did last year, but I feel better than I did last year.
You ended up saying as well about how you've kind of battled anxiety, and that's kind of gone on the big stage now. Do you think you can really kick on next year as a result now and kind of go even further than you have already?
Yeah, I mean, in the last 6 months on the floor, I've played my best darts, you know. So if I can do what I've done in the last 6 months but carry it on for next year, you know, we can see myself in a couple of the best majors now, the World Match Play, the Grand Prix. But I think I'm going to have to start sort of performing much more on the floor than, like, if I can perform like I do on the floor, like I do on the TV, you know, we can see me in the top 32 very easily and in the best majors. But it's easy saying it, you know, you've got to do it, and I'm going to just keep trying my best, you know. There's the likes of Jeffrey, there's Max Demetrius. It took him 5 years to start getting in the World Match Plays and the Grand Prix and the best majors. You know, people forget this is actually my 2nd year, so I've got a lot of time to catch up with these people. And if I do it next year, I would have done it quicker than they had ever done.
Yeah, you previously said as well in terms of the development, or how that's been in your development. Do you think somebody like Nico and potentially 1 or 2 more German players or European players trying that route more will help their development?
I mean, I've said plenty of times, who says I'd be here if it weren't for the development tour? You know, I could have went to Q School 3 times, been the best player in that room and never qualified, because we know how tough it is. So every time, I will say it every time as well, you know, it's credit to the PDC. They've created 2 amazing tours, which helps us give us the opportunity to be here. You know, I'm doing amazing things because of what the tours they've brought in. So yeah, like I've said, you know, if Nico wants to progress, he has to play in these secondary tours, because if he gets say if he's to go to European Q School, get his tour card, it will all be a new experience to him, because it's not like playing up on stage. It's very quiet. You know, people play their best game all the time. So for me, when I played on the development tour, you know, I got used to what the feeling was like, and then went on the pro tour and performed. But yeah, I think he's too good not to be playing on in Q School, in development tour, and if he don't get his tour, go and challenge tour. But I think if he goes to Q School this year, I think he'll be one of the favourites to get through.
Thank you very much, Luke. Cheers.
No problem.
Luke, many congratulations. Obviously, it was a game. You know, it was back and forth for the majority of the game. When players against you play the way they do like that, does it sort of bring the best out of you?
Well, I think it does. It must have to, you know, because I've had 3 really tough games. You know, Devon probably did outscore me, but he didn't finish as well. But I think my finishing is what brought me through, really. You know, I've had 3 really tough games. My first round against it probably was the hardest draw. So now when he's playing fantastic. You know, he's a fantastic player. And I was lucky to get through that one. But sometimes you have to ride your luck, you know, against Jermaine. His scoring was fantastic. A couple of doubles loose, and I took my chances there. And the same against Nico, and I think he missed a few doubles at important times to win sets, and I took my chances again. So, as much as I'm taking these crucial doubles out, I need to start finding the scoring power, because I know if I put my scoring power together like I can, I won't have to keep taking out last up finishes.
Yeah, and in the final set, Nico took out a 1-3-1 to sort of give himself a little bit of hope going into the final set. I mean, when he hit that, was the pressure on you even more to hold you through?
Yeah, I think, you know, it was a terrible leg, really. You know, I think he kept. I think I was 2-0 up in that last set, and you know, in my mind I was thinking I've got 3 legs to finish the game off here, just to steady. I couldn't find the treble. I just couldn't find it, and it was tough, you know. And then 1-3-1, I don't know what I was saying, but at 1-3-1 I was thinking, oh come on now, you know what I mean? One leg now, it's your throw, finish him off here, and the first leg of that. The third leg of that set, he wasn't very good at all, but he managed a big finish to put me 2-1 up. And then the fourth leg in that set, you know, he was fantastic again. So I'm thinking, oh, he's been rubbish now. I know he's coming back at me, but you know, I think 13 down in that last leg. You know, I did the same against Jermaine, and I think I hit the right sort of good leg at the right time.
Yeah, and finally, obviously, Kim Hybrecht's in the next round. Confidence is high at the minute with you. You obviously fully confident you can beat him and go into the quarterfinals again.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that'd be a big coup for me, you know, to get to back-to-back quarterfinals. I think Kim will look at it like I do. You know, it's a very winnable game for us both. You know, it could have been Joe Cullen and Rob Cross seed-wise, but you know, we've got 2 non-seeded players, so Kim wins, he can get into the top 32. For me, if I win, I'm close to the top 32, so it's an absolutely huge game for us both. But you know, if I can start finding that first triple more than I have been, you know, I feel very comfortable to get through that game.
Yeah, okay, that's all, mate. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You made the quarterfinals last year. Was it important to you to show everyone it was not a fluke last year?
Yeah, that's definitely important, you know, because the pressure was on me this year. I performed very well last year, and it's important not to come here and sort of lose first game. I just proved, you know, it wasn't just a fluke, you know. I'm a very good player on the stage, I know that, but unfortunately for me, you know, it's going to take time to be able to get up on the stage more than most of the players do. So whatever happens this tournament, you know, next year I'm really going to start putting my mind to qualifying for the biggest majors in the world, because sometimes I'll sit home and think, when I'm watching the World Match Play or the World Grand Prix, you know, I could be up here causing upsets because I know how good I am. So yeah, I think it's important for me to start putting my mind right in the Pro Tour and getting myself better.
And last year you beat Rob Cross, and now you can play the man who beat Rob Cross. Forward to the game?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a great game. You know, I think Kim's playing well, but so am I. You know, I think we've both been sort of similar throughout our routes. You know, we've been taking out crucial finishes, crucial doubles at the right time. So it's going to. Yeah, personally, I would think it'd be a close game. I don't think we're going to thrash each other. You know, I think if I win, it's going to be close. If he wins, it's going to be close. But the most important thing is, if I can find that first start in the treble 20, I feel like I can go far in this tournament and get to the final.
Have you got any plans for Christmas?
I've got one plan, and it's to practice. You know, I think Phil Taylor was the best example. He used to say, you know, Christmas ain't Christmas if you're in the tournament. You know, I'm not going to sit home and enjoy Christmas and not practice, because I'm in a tournament. I can celebrate Christmas whenever I want. So,
or dinner with the family or something like that?
Well, we'll have dinner, but you know, there's going to be practice in between. You know, so I'm not going to not practice. You know, this is important for me. You know, the next game I play is huge. So. Yeah, I'll enjoy Christmas, but I'll definitely practice more than I have been already. I'm going to keep up in the practice, keep performing, and hopefully when I come back, you know, I'll be better on the dartboard than I was before.
Okay, thanks everyone.
Yeah.